There she is, folks.
There she is.
Ready for some adventure? But first,
Tired.
work.
Welcome back, friends, to episode 2 of our San Juan adventures. In episode 1, we made our way to the magical island of San Juan. We then explored Snug Harbor and went whale watching. In this episode, we'll be going to Roche Harbor, exploring British and American camp, a little walk through Friday Harbor, and then we'll wrap it all up with a summary of our trip as we head home. As a reminder, we offer chapters, so if you'd like to skip through any part, you can do so, including our intro, which is coming up next. We are Sean and Don. Like many of you, we have a crazy schedule. I work in healthcare IT. We own 2 small businesses, a gym and a cafe. In 2018, our landlord said they needed their building back that our gym had occupied for 8 years. We decided to go all in on our business. That same year, we bought a condemned building. In 2019, we renovated this building, adding a cafe to our operations. In 2020, and 2 times over our budget, we opened our new cafe and moved our gym, only to be shut down the next day to flatten the curve. We all know how that went. After being told both of our businesses were non-essential, exhausted and emotionally tapped out, we realized we needed to find our balance, finding our best life in the world's chaos. To support the lifestyle we wanted, we bought a van and renovated my truck. Follow us to see how we find our balance between work life while living our best life. Just a few random photos as I walk through the rain around Snug Harbor Resort. So Dawn just ran in to grab her purse before our adventures. One thing I would want to say about the island is we're going to be here 4 days. We came from Port Angeles, probably had 3/4 of a tank of gas before we got on the ferry. We kind of timed it so that we got right on the ferry. I'd recommend filling up or having at least enough gas here that you don't have to buy it on the island. You're going to pay 50 cents to $1 more a gallon, and there's only like 1 or 2 spots to go there. So make sure you fill up before you come out to explore the island. Boom. You know what the plan is for today?
We're going to Roche Harbor.
Roche Harbor, some other adventures too. Let's see how we do. All right, we just got to Roche Harbor on their little village, and it is beautiful here. Really bougie houses here, but the fall colors coming in, the trees, amazing. And we'll walk out to the harbor there. There's a lot of big boats, but hopefully you can maybe see them there.
Stone. That's what those big chunks of rock are.
Oh, you think so? We're at
That's what they said.
Roche Harbor at the lime kilns. It's hard to get the right vantage point here, but you can kind of see. All right, what are we learning here?
Okay, so there was a fleet, the Roche Harbor fleet. The Roche Harbor Lime Company had 3 large sailing ships prior to the age of steam to transport the prodigious output of lime up and down the west coast. Boring.
Not all these yachts though. Holy cow. This is big boats, friends.
Hose.
What do we say when we say boats? Boats and hose.
Boats and hose.
Look at all these. These are the big boys. $1 million slips. Multi-million-dollar slips.
Catalina fucking wine.
It's the Catalina wine mixer. The effing Catalina wine mixer.
I feel like that's where we are.
I do too. They're gonna sell helicopters here. Different class, for sure. Let's see what we got here, just to get this back view. See the old church up there over that white boat. All right, we're here trying out the Lime Kiln Cafe. We're gonna try their lunch menu. We'll let you know what we think at the end. They're right on the edge of the marina. Pretty neat. All right, the food comes cafeteria style. You go up and order and they deliver it to you. But it's actually really delicious. Got a cup of soup. Dawn got the half salad and sandwich. One of their burgers. Yummy. Remember when I told you there were only 2 grocery stores on the island? The one at Friday Harbor being the biggest, this one. Well, this is the one on Roche Harbor, much, much smaller. Check out the Roche Harbor little post office. Super cute. Wow, to say this place is where the other half live is an understatement. There are massive boats out here. These are owners of major companies, family money. Beautiful. Fun to walk through. Like you, I'm guessing, out of our price range. So we're at Roche Harbor and just random church bells. Check out the view from the chapel. Is it open? They're cleaning inside.
Hi there.
Oh, we're just very cute. That's their view. All right, leaving Roche Harbor. What did you think? First time for her.
Super cool little community. Really historic, nostalgic. Yeah, it's beautiful.
What was one thing that surprised you?
Uh,
She's on the spot. We didn't rehearse this.
I guess that there's such like big homes and big boats and all kinds of stuff in here.
Yeah.
And it's so isolated, you wouldn't know.
The thing that got me was limestone. I didn't realize that's what it was originally for.
The quarry.
The quarry. So it's pretty neat. Beautiful spot. Highly recommend it. Very small, right? I mean, it's a small little thing, but it's slow down. Just come visit it and enjoy.
Cute.
Here are a few photos from Roche Harbor. Next up, we're on our way to British Camp, then a quick stop to Friday Harbor, and then off to American Camp.
All right, we are driving around the island, and this was too funny not to stop and take a photo of. Private sign, do not read. Jeez, isn't that funny?
English Camp. In 1859, the killing of a pig on San Juan Island brought England and the United States to the brink of war over the issue of territorial rights here. By agreement, both nation troops were permitted to occupy this area while the problem was studied. British soldiers established camps at the Garrison Bay, just west of here, while the American troops camped at the southern end of the island. Peaceful arbitration on the dispute in 1872 placed the San Juan Islands within the territory of the United States. In October of that year, the British garrison was abandoned.
So on the way to Roche Harbor, out of Snug Harbor where we're staying, we came right by this spot that's called English Camp. And apparently, I'll post a picture of the sign, but war almost started out between a pig, between the U.S. and the Britons. And so this is where they had camp to settle the dispute. So you can see the bay out here. We'll go take a look. Remember what I was telling you about that place? So funny story. My only other time to this island was when I was a kid, just graduating high school. And I came over to Roche Harbor. Didn't even know it at the time where I was at. And on a sailboat, a friend of mine. And then later during that trip, we came to this camp, which I couldn't remember if it was on a different island or how we got here. I just remember us being able to bring the sailboat up to this location and dinging in, and then being able to do like a little tour. So the sign said the English, once they lost their case, they abandoned the camp right away. Beautiful down here. Great place for a picnic. All right, Dawn, speak up. What are we looking at here?
This is the hospital. Marines with injuries or illness, broken bones, contusions, hernias, syphilis, or pneumonia entered this building to visit the assistant surgeon. Examinations and treatments were administered here, although most serious cases were referred to the Naval Hospital at Esquimalt. The dispensary man rationed medicines but kept the hospital's records and nursed the sick. Cool.
Wow, this is such a tiny building. I mean, I'm guessing it's 24 feet by, let me see what it is off the side,
It says
by maybe 15.
Six sick beds.
Six
Sick beds.
sick beds. Yeah, say that 10 times fast. Very cool. All right, so according to the sign, this is their storehouse. It's right off the water. What's it say, Don?
The most important camp building since it was built first was the storehouse. Bayside double doors swung wide to receive kegs, boxes, and bales offloaded on the nearby wharf. Customers entered the single door at the storehouse's opposite end. There, the quartermaster issued company supplies and sold goods. Boot polish, suspenders, buckets, axe handles, candles, sugar, flour, and salt were among the many items stored here.
Very neat. It's just crazy times if you think about it. see. Yep, there's those double doors they're talking about. And then if you look down here, you'll see their old wharf right there. So this is called Officer Hill, which we're gonna walk up over here. And they have like an English garden here. I'm guessing it's not time or not period, but pretty neat. What's it say? You can see where a little bit officers mess hall, bachelor's officer quarters here, commanding officer house, surgeon quarters,
Married officers' quarters. Yeah.
married officer quarters. So up in that hillside, we're gonna walk there. We're not sure if we're gonna see anything, but if we do, we'll report back. All right, here's looking down. It is pretty epic view. We were just reflecting, they had their wives and kids here, and what a time that would have been at the end of the world back then. And just living their best lives. Oh, so Dawn said that garden we saw down the hill, Listed Men's Vegetable Garden. Really cool.
Hey, it's Saturday in Friday Harbor. What should we do?
Saturday in Friday Harbor. We're gonna check out the farmers market. We hear it's super cool.
We're going to see what the farmer market's all about. Come follow us.
On the way to American Camp, we decided to stop off at Friday Harbor's farmer market. It's a small market, but something that you should stop by and enjoy all the local artisans and their projects they've been working on.
Check this out. Actually, we're going to stop. National Historic Park out on San Juan Island. We're going to take a look at this.
All right. So we just stopped off at high vantage point for, is it not U.S. National Park?
Yeah, it's a
National Park.
Yeah.
So what did we learn from this point?
Well, of all 400 national parks, this is the only one that you can see four other national parks from. So Olympic National Park, Eby's Landing, the North Cascades, and Mount Rainier. So apparently you can see all four other parks. from
And
here.
I'll do a little pan video here so you can see it. It's stunning. It's actually a really beautiful drive. We weren't planning on coming out here, but we have one more day and we're like, well, let's just go check this out, and we're not going to be disappointed. I can already tell.
out this coastline. Just stunning. Right there behind us where Dawn is, Olympic National Park. Turn around.
We are still exploring this part, but now's a good time for me to share some of my favorite photos. Oh, and that eagle I mentioned earlier, I got him.
All right, Dawn and I just got to American camp, so we were at English camp yesterday, wasn't it? Was it yesterday? Yesterday. Now we're at American camp, and so we'll see what this one's like compare. All right, we're walking American camp and we're just commenting about just how wild this is. It is just fenced in. Is this the hospital building we're going into? Yeah, this hospital building on the other side over here. Is where the water is. So that looks like it's pretty protected because it's kind of like a loophole. It's really neat. So Don's just saying this is the officers' quarters here. Huge flagpole, and over there's trails. We're going to walk up that way, and that goes over the cliff, and then we'll turn around here slowly. So there's trails down there between the officers' quarters. We're going to walk down there. So there's that picket fence. There's the same outbuilding, and that's where we came up from the parking lot down that direction. But I mean, if you think about that post down there, that's probably, geez, that's 150 yards at least away. It's huge. All right, Dawn.
Here we are.
Here we are. It's Sunday. We are
Sunday.
on the ferry back from
Coming into Anacortes.
Coming back from Friday Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
First off, what do we want to say about Snug Harbor? That's the resort we stayed at.
Snug Resort. Absolutely darling. We loved that resort. So relaxing, so perfect. Everything you might need. Really clean, really beautifully manicured. Just really lovely.
It was. I would go back there again.
Yes, absolutely.
If you want peace and quiet, San Juan Island, I think, is where you come.
Beautiful scenery.
Beautiful. It's about getting outside and enjoying nature. It's really not about, nightlife. I would say for us, not a lot of. I love the island, by the way. This is perfect for us. So these aren't negatives, just perspective. If you're looking for a busy nightlife, not here. I think even dining out, there's several restaurants.
Sounds like they have some really good restaurants, but I think with COVID, a lot of them aren't open or weird schedules and all that kind of stuff. So we didn't experience a ton of the restaurants.
But I also think that with the restaurants, I think more people that visit the island, a restaurant is not a normal occurrence for them. I think most people are bringing their food, eating in their Airbnb, or like where we were at, we had like a little kitchenette, which was awesome. So that's where we ate the most of the time and grilled. So I think that's what most people do. What's really impressive with this is just the community out here. You realize that San Juan Island is, I think it's the second largest island, but the most populated. And it's not very big. I mean, the grocery stores are very, very tiny. So if you think of a small town Safeway, their main grocery store is half of that of a small town Safeway. And then they have like a little, what we would consider like a shopette, or just a very small one over in Roche Harbor. So it's impressive how they do things.
Yeah,
what's really
it's a
impressive
to live out here for sure
is all the surrounding islands around us, and some of them don't even. There's always little micro communities on it. There might be a handful of people, up to several thousand.
Some of them don't have power, water.
No power, no water, but no provisions really. They have to get it all off the mainland or go to Friday Harbor. Orcas Island has a small community. It's the largest island, but it sounds like it's got a smaller town center than what we see on Friday Harbor. Bottom line is that we will come back
and
explore more of these islands and get out there. We hope to come back with our van maybe next year and just hide out on an island for a bit of time.
I think bringing back the family, like doing an Airbnb maybe, and
would be fun too.
Holidays or something would be really fun out here.
So we hope you enjoyed this portion. We're going to head to Deception Pass right now and see if we can't scout that out before heading home. So here we are checking out Deception Pass State Park, and Dawn was telling me about this lake out here. It's Cranberry Lake, and this lake is the closest lake to salt water anywhere in the world. So check this out. I'm going to just turn around, and that's the salt water directly behind me. Super cool. Beautiful out here. All right, Dawn and I on another little adventure here. We are still at Deception Pass Park down by the Cranberry Lake, but they had this little walk. What was it about?
Like an interpretive loop. It takes you through 6 ecosystems in 0.6 of a mile.
Yeah. So we already saw
Unusual, apparently.
a bald eagle perched in the tree down here. Beautiful wildlife. I'll post a photo of the bald eagle here. Beautiful though. So right there is the Straits, like literally right over that sand berm, 50 feet. We'll call it 50 yards, but 50 was in there. One of the ecosystems here. There are wetlands coming across, and there's the lake's right over there. But directly in that tree is an eagle. But the photo comes out. I'll show you what that looks like. So we're on the ferry. I come back to the car, and what do I see? What's in there?
Water?
And it's not water. It's not water.
Wine, but I'm hungry and there's no food in the car.
You gotta love her.
Do you think the Coast Guard's after Dawn for what's in her cup? Just kidding. Hey, thanks for sticking along with us. See you next time for another backyard adventure.